How's it going, guys? We are back here, and this is it. NHL 23 trailer. Here it is. I'm going to shut up a little bit. You guys can enjoy it.
Need some help here. Trevor's here. No way. We need help. Grab a remote. Let's go. Oh, okay, Zeeks. Let's go. Nice goal.
Let's go!
Darcy here.
Wait, what?
Okay, Trev, stop showing off. I've got something to show you.
What is happening?
Oh, what a goal. Nice.
Another game?
How about some Ishal? Club.
Let's go! Shoddy wing.
Dib center.
Steve's on right wing.
Guess I'll play D.
All right, everyone, we ready?
Born ready. No way.
There it is. NHL 23 pre-order now. Trailer was sick. Got a lot of different gameplay animations in it, but here we are. There's our first screenshot of the new intro animation here for teams that I don't know how long it's going to last, but looks a lot more immersive and cool. That's a very nice little preview there. Here's another one actually as well. This is like just a little bit lighter. It's not saying go Avs go on it, so that looks very cool as well. We really haven't had any intros in a while that really look unique. I mean, probably, I don't even think the last two generations we've seen it. Here's another one where the light's actually even more dark. So it looks cool. The glow sticks look really sick. And I don't know, it just feels a lot more immersive. Just looking at some of these screenshots, though, so we'll see how it looks in game. But here's another screenshot of in-game Trevor Zegras, the cover athlete. He is looking very good in game. Those jerseys, you know, we need the Mighty Duck jerseys there, Trevor. But looking very clean there. And then also we have Sarah Nurse, the other cover athlete, looking good in the Canada jersey there. And that's very cool to have her featured in this as well. And like I said, I love the cover personally. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm a fan personally of it. All right, so now in the background, you're gonna have some NHL 22 gameplay, but I'm talking about everything that's in NHL 23 that we know as of today, August 25th. So the release date is October 14th, the worldwide release, that is. It's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. The prices is there right there. So again, you know, different versions are going to really, you know, depend. That's going to really depend on the versions, really, how much everything's going to cost, right? So the standard's going to probably be $70, right, for next gen, but I'm sure there'll be an Ultimate Edition or whatever you want to call it, the XFactor Edition. That'll be a lot more as well. So keep that in mind. But the next piece of information that we have now is going to be Frostbite. Obviously back for another year, but we have the big thing here planned for November is cross-platform in World of Shell and Hut. Shorter queue times. There's going to be 500 new last chance puck movement gameplay animations that let you control how play unfolds, any level of contact. That could be pretty broken, honestly. Overhauled strategies as well. That's pretty interesting to see how that works out. You can change your playmaking skills. And yeah, that should be pretty exciting to see how that works out. I mean, new strategies. We have not gotten that in NHL 22 Hut. NHL 22 Hut, I shouldn't say that, but that's what's on the screen right now. But we have not gotten new strategies. I don't even know the last time we got new strategies. I mean, I've been playing the game for a long time, and the strategies that we've had in NHL have pretty much been the same as long as I've played since NHL 08, I want to say. So pretty cool there, you know, seeing new strategies, and of course, cross-platform, the number one thing there. Next up is Hockey Ultimate Team is actually featuring the women's national team. So Hockey Ultimate Team will have the women in NHL. So that'll be very, very interesting to see how that works out as well. Hut Rivals update to keep Hut Rivals being fresh. Players can now compete in a variety of new rotating game themes. That's pretty cool as well. Rival rewards, you can have 3 additional tiers on wins, so based on win or win streaks, which will be granted immediately. So instant rewards, which we've really always wanted in an NHL Hockey Ultimate team. That's very great news here for everyone here that plays Hut. I know not everybody does, but I just love it so much. It's so awesome. It makes you want to play the game and actually, you know, win games and feel like, oh, Rivals, what am I playing for? If I lose, it doesn't matter. Well, now if you win, it does matter, and that's very important. That's very, very important. So love to see that. Next up, there's a Sarah Nurse XFactor card. We saw that in the trailer. It looks super clean. So confirmed Sarah Nurse will have an XFactor card in NHL 23 Hut. That looks very, very cool. So that's interesting to see how you can obtain that as well. And then here's a Trevor Zegras XFactor card as well. So he gets one this year as well. So that's pretty clean there. So we'll see exactly, you know, how that card plays. And then we also have Hillary Knight. So very cool. We have we have an American and a Canadian female XFactor card in this release. So that's very interesting to see how that's going to work. I mean, I was just thinking about like all the potential, right? The potential you can have now with this. Like you could do, you know, you could have a Sarah Nurse and Darnell Nurse like defensive pairing. Think about that. That's very cool and very creative and very awesome. So I'm very excited to eventually try stuff like that. I mean, it just makes it just more, you know, there's more variety. And I know people are going to be saying, oh, you know, I don't want to use the women cards in Hot. You know, they're too small. I don't care. Like, I mean, listen, you don't have to use these cards, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to complain. There's just extra cards in Hut. I don't see how it's a bad thing. That's for sure. I mean, there's really no reason to complain about it, at least in my eyes, but I know how people are. Moving on to the next thing here, and it's crossplay, right? So it's currently planned for a November update. Crossplay is in Hut and World of Shell. So there you go. It'll be from the community. It will be PlayStation and Xbox players square off in their respective console generations. So I'm assuming it'll be Xbox Series X and PS5, and then Xbox One and PS4 that can match up in Hut and in World of Shell. So that'll be very exciting to see, you know, how that all works out. I'm kind of nervous about it, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, we know how NHL works, and we know how there's always a lot of bugs when patches get released. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers here that EA does not mess it up, that it actually turns out good. All right, next up here is the new animation. So the Last Chance Puck Movement, a new series of desperation gameplay animations, add a new layer of authenticity and excitement to the game. So that sounds very exciting, or it could be very scary depending on how these work. I mean, I hope they're not too, you know, OP or broken, because you know, I don't want all these, you know, ridiculous animations in the game where, you know, someone could just, you know, straight line, I could hit them and they just flick up and they rip it bar down. That would be very terrifying. And I hope that's not the case, but, you know, we don't know. We don't know what to expect. I mean, I guess we'll know when we start playing the technical test on August 30th, I believe is the day. We haven't really got a confirmation on that either, but hopefully that's not the case. That would be very, very bad. So next up here is the loose puck plays. So turn any loose puck into an opportunity by double tapping pass or shoot to dive into incredible plays to score or clear the puck. So that's very interesting. So it's not just for offensive situations here. You can actually clear the puck doing that, which I like that a lot. So it's not just like a one-dimensional thing where it can only happen offensively. I like that. So it can be very, very, you know, just used in the game. So I think that's awesome. I really do. I like new animations. I mean, as long as they're not broken and silly and they don't make sense, right? That would be very, very frustrating. But it sounds pretty exciting, and you know, depending on how it works, you know, it could be very fun and very important to use, especially in the defensive end. I think. I feel like offensively, it won't be as important because realistically, are you gonna be able to score, you know, on the ice that often? I doubt it, unless you have like a really good player or something, you know, happens, right? Like XFactor, like close quarters, something like that lights up. But we'll see. We have the next animation here, and this other animation is going to be the enhanced goalie AI. So we always hear this every year. Using the human goalie system, AI goalies now have access to more than 50 new human desperation save groups, equaling over 350 new save animations. So hopefully goalies are better. I know some people thought goalies were OP already this year, which I thought goalies were actually not that bad in NHL 22. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that, I felt that they were pretty okay. In World of Chell, they were not, for sure. I would say actually controlling the human goalies, yeah, that was not very good. I think the AI goalies in Hut were pretty good due to the X factors as well. That could be a huge part of the reason why I feel that way. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, I mean, it's always good to get new animations for the goaltenders. I mean, everyone loves to see the goalies getting better. I think everyone complains about goalies every year, right, in Hut. So very nice to see that getting improved on in NHL 23. So the next thing that we got up here on the list is the most authentic and immersive NHL game ever. So for the second year, NHL 23 returns on Legendary Frost, but I kind of mentioned this already. So electrifying new OT winner, hat trick, and shootout celebrations that will hype you up to raucous stadiums with overhauled levels of crowd awareness and moment-to-moment reactions that will make your palms sweat. NHL 23 puts you in the game. So that's exciting. I mean, I know people don't really care about presentation completely, which I get. I mean, presentation is not everything. No, of course it's not. It really is not. But I like it. I like it. I'm the type of person that does like presentation. I do like when stuff like this gets added to the game. I don't think it should be the number one priority. I don't think it should be the number one feature added, certainly, but I still think it has a purpose, and I still believe it's very important to make it a well-rounded and very great game. Presentation does matter. I don't care what you say. I know people are going to say, that people that play Hut Champs and get rank 1 every week will say, I don't care about the presentation at all, which, you know, that's fine. We all have our opinions. I know a lot of guys, do care. So it just depends, I guess, how you feel. But I think it's awesome. So I'm excited to see how that all looks in game as well. So next up we got here is franchise. So franchise mode returns with a historic level of league customization options that bring an all-new level of versatility to the game, including adjustments to the number of teams, games played, divisions, conferences, playoff rounds, league salary cap, and the best part, and more. So that's very exciting for you offline franchise players. I mean, I love franchise mode myself too, don't get me wrong, but I think that's very exciting to hear. And I feel like franchise mode, it didn't really get much love last year besides getting roster sharing, which is really important, don't get me wrong. But to the actual mode, not much was changed. So that's a huge change, no doubt. It doesn't sound like that's online, but still, I like that a lot. I think it has a purpose, and I think a lot of people are going to be very thrilled to play that. I mean, think about the possibilities, right? You could set the amount of teams. I wonder if you could do like an original 6 type of league, or I don't know the amount of teams you can actually end up using, but that sounds very exciting. So we're going to see how it goes in NHL 23, but a nice add to franchise mode, right? I mean, that's always a great thing, a plus. I don't know how you can argue that's not a plus. I mean, everyone that plays franchise mode, I'm sure will be thankful for that addition, and that it's not a minor addition at all. So, yeah, I mean, franchise mode, it's definitely not for everyone, and I know not everyone's an offline player, and some people don't touch offline at all, which, again, I certainly understand. It's not something that I definitely think you're crazy for feeling, all right? Next up here on this list is the content migration. Same thing as last year. Players who start playing NHL 23 on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One will be able to transfer their Hut team value and progress to the next generation of their respective platforms in PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X/S. This migration means that within the NHL 23 title. So that's again the same thing as NHL 22, nothing different in that aspect. You can pretty much just do the same thing as previous years. If you are on the old gen version, you can always transfer that team to the new generation of console. There'll be a whole different, section of explanation of how that works as well later on this video. And like I said, I have a whole Hut video as well that you guys can check out as well, that I'm going to, basically talk mainly about Hut in that video. All right. So moving on to the next thing though, in NHL 23 that we know so far is that players can protect 20 player items. It's the same thing in content migration as last year, right? They can protect 20 player items plus coach in their current lineup and transfer those over to the new console. Once content is transferred from PS4 to PS5 or Xbox One to Xbox Series X/S, that content on Gen 4 will be converted to untradeable for security reasons. So basically you can't sell them. Any coins or items remaining on your collection will be given a similar value. So basically that's really what it is. They want to avoid people selling the coins or players for money because, that's just, I guess, not good for the Hut economy, as funny as that sounds. So yeah, that's the main reason why they do that. And just to make sure that, I guess, people don't pull a fast one by them, right? So yeah, the Hut content migration returns for another year. I'm hoping next year. I mean, they really shouldn't be old gen, I believe, included. I feel like they should kind of start moving away from that, but we'll see what they do for that. That's another year down the road. Moving on to the next piece of information here, and it is going to be the historic double IHF women's national team members that can play alongside men in Hockey Ultimate Team lineup allowing players to make their dream team of the sport's best players after the introduction last year. National teams will continue to play a prominent role in NHL 23, as national team players will both have base and master items incorporated into HUT events. In addition, players can now, so that I already mentioned, yeah, they can play a new rotating game themes in HUT Rivals. NHL 23 also includes 3 addition tiers, yes, on win or win streaks. I did mention that earlier in the video. So, like I said, that should be interesting. We're going to have women MSP cards here as well. We'll see how, how good they are, like rating wise, and hopefully they make them good. I mean, if you're going to have them here, and, I hope, if you're going to add the women to the HUT, I hope they do actually make them usable, because that would just be pointless then if you made them not good, right? I mean, it makes sense. They deserve to be usable, and I hope they make them very good. I mean, they definitely should be good, especially like Sarah Nurse, like the really good ones, right? Really good women HUT cards should be very good, right? So hopefully that is the case. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for that. I know some people maybe think it's not as exciting, but I think it's cool. So we'll see how that plays out in NHL 23 hockey. Ultimate Team, and then of course, the biggest thing, the pre-order, honestly, is always huge. Fans that pre-order NHL 23 will get a variety of bonus in-game content. XFactor Edition includes a PS4 and PS5 or Xbox One and Xbox Series X versions of the game, 3 days of early access, 4,600 NHL points, so saves you pack money, 1 HUT XFactor Player Choice Pack, HUT XFactor Power-Up Starter Pack, an XFactor Women's HUT Choice Pack, 5 World of Shell XFactor Zone Ability Unlocks, 2 Be a Pro XFactor slot unlocks, an XP boost and bonus trait points, and a signed Sarah Nurse World of Shell jersey. All pre-order editions and information can be found here. Well, that's obviously not possible to click as you're watching my video. So, yeah, I mean, that's really all the information that we have about NHL 23 HUT right now. If you guys want more, I might have some potential info I can talk about on my Twitch streams, twitch.tv/Henreek. But, yeah, I mean, that's really all for this video, guys. I want to really know your opinion on everything that we got. I mean, major W's, crossplay. I mean, crossplay is a major W. I think the HUT Rivals, that sounds a lot cooler. Instant rewards, just win rewards. I like that for Rivals a lot. Huge fan of that. I like the huge addition of, I guess, the celebrations for hat tricks. I mean, that just sounds all cool to me. I don't know. I like it. Nothing too insane really announced today. I mean, again, crossplay was really the number one thing, right? I think a lot of people felt that if crossplay was not going to be in NHL 23, that they wouldn't buy the game, honestly. So, look at that animation for Zegras. That is going to be interesting to see how broken that might be. But, yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to know what you guys think, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next video.